I still remember the way the evening light hit the wooden fence, turning everything soft and gold, like the world was giving me one last chance to do the right thing. Some moments don't arrive with warning signs. They just show up, knock on your door, and quietly ask who you really are. That night, kindness didn't come dressed as something easy or comfortable. It came as a question I wasn't ready for, and a choice that could have gone either way. Before we begin, if stories about real moments, real people, and the quiet power of kindness speak to you, take a second to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. It truly helps the channel grow and lets me know these stories matter to you. You're watching Your Channel Name, and I'm glad you're here. I was renting out a small room behind my house. Nothing fancy, just a clean bed, a window, and a little privacy. I put up the sign because life had been expensive lately, and I needed the extra income. Rent prices in my city had gone wild, and everyone seemed one bad week away from trouble. That afternoon, 2 girls walked up to the gate. They looked young, maybe early 20s. One had headphones hanging around her neck and a gym bag over her shoulder. The other wore a simple white top and denim shorts, holding her phone like it was her lifeline. They didn't look careless or reckless, just tired. The kind of tired that seeps into your bones when you've been carrying worry for too long. They asked about the room. I explained the basics. 1 bed, 1 night minimum. Cash or app transfer, no drama. They exchanged a quick glance, the kind people give each other when they're silently negotiating fear. We were only going to stay 1 night, the girl with the headphones said softly. I hesitated, then joked, half smiling. Both of you, at once? The words hung there longer than I expected. Not rude, not funny either, just honest confusion. The other girl laughed nervously, then said, "We don't have anywhere else tonight." That was the moment everything shifted. I could have said no. Plenty of landlords would have. Rules are rules, right? 1 room, 1 person. I told myself that as I stood there, but something about their faces stopped me. Not desperation, not manipulation, just vulnerability. So I asked them to sit on the porch. They told me their story in pieces, like people do when they're embarrassed to need help. They had driven in from another state chasing job interviews that never worked out. Their savings had drained faster than they expected. The motel they planned to stay at had raised prices suddenly. Their car was parked 2 blocks away, almost out of gas. They weren't asking for free anything. They offered to pay. They just needed 1 safe night. I looked at my house. I looked at the room. Then I looked at myself. I thought about how many times someone had helped me without asking questions. A neighbor who once fixed my car when I couldn't afford a mechanic. A stranger who paid for my groceries when my card declined years ago. Moments I never forgot. I took a breath and said, "You can stay, both of you." Their shoulders dropped at the same time, like they'd been holding up the sky all day. I gave them fresh sheets and extra blankets. I showed them the bathroom and where the spare towels were. I even offered them dinner, but they politely declined, saying they'd already eaten. Later, I realized they were probably trying not to take more than they felt they deserved. That night, I couldn't sleep. Not because I was worried about safety, because I kept thinking about how close they were to sleeping in a car. How close anyone can be to falling through the cracks. The next morning, I woke up early and made coffee. When they came out, they looked more rested, still tired, but lighter. They thanked me more times than felt necessary. The girl with the headphones said, "You have no idea what this meant to us." I told her I did. They packed up quickly. Before leaving, the quieter one hesitated at the door and handed me a folded note. Inside was the money for the night, plus a little extra. "For your kindness," she said. "We'll never forget this." I watched them walk down the street until they turned the corner. Life moved on. Weeks passed. Then months. One afternoon, I got an email from an address I didn't recognize. The subject line read, "You helped us when no one else would." It was from them. They had both landed jobs, one in healthcare, one in fitness training. They had an apartment now, Nothing big, but it was theirs. At the end of the email, they wrote something that stayed with me. We promised each other that when we're able, we'll do for someone else what you did for us. Because that one night changed everything. I sat there staring at the screen, realizing something important. Kindness doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's just opening a door a little wider than you planned to. Sometimes it's bending a rule when your heart tells you it's right. That room behind my house, I still rent it out, but I don't see it the same way anymore. It's not just extra income. It's a chance, a pause, a place where someone can breathe again. I've learned that people don't always need saving. They just need someone to believe them for one night. And maybe that's the real power of kindness. It doesn't demand credit. It doesn't ask for proof. It just shows up when it's needed most. Every day, we pass moments like that, at a grocery store, on a street corner, in a quiet conversation no one else hears. We get to decide who we are in those moments. I'm grateful I chose kindness that night, because two girls only needed one night to remind me what kind of person I wanted to be. If this story moved you, I hope you carry it with you. Look for the small chances to help, the quiet ones, the ones that feel a little inconvenient but deeply right. You never know whose life might change because you chose kindness when it mattered most.